I'm generating a number every 120 seconds. Then for the 1 a.m. hour, the same 120 seconds. Then it goes down to 90, 90, then 60, then 30, and so on. So the smaller the number, the more numbers it generates because the time between is less. So if it generates a number every 120 minutes, 120 seconds, that's a long time. If it generates a number every 30 seconds, that's faster. Okay, so that was my frequency. Then what I did was I got the current date, current time. So just basically get the current time so it displays. And this is the part you had a little bit more trouble with, the interval, because you need to clear it every time. If you don't clear the interval, then you don't. Then you keep having the same time over and over again. That's what happened. So what we're gonna do is we have the number here. This is the phone number that we're generating. At this point, we can actually send a number to the API. So we're gonna create a function. And again, I don't want to get too much into this because we've already done it. But so if you don't remember something, just ask me. But remember, we need to create an object of the XML HTTP request class. Then we need to set it up. And we need to remember how we are posting phone calls. So it is not this one, that's end call. Session start, that has to be this one here. Okay, so this is the URL that we need, and it's a post method. Let me just close these. And this one, I'll just do it here. So it's a post method. And this is the URL. Of course, I'm going to add the number. We're going to call phone number. I'm going to change it here. And this put this here. And from here, let's say post number, phone number. So we're going to send it to here. Okay. So we're going to send the request. In the API, we're not sending anything. No params or anything like that. It's just the number and that's it. So we're going to send it, and remember we check the state. Again, we've already done this many times, but if you don't remember something, let me know. I'm gonna teach you a newer way to do this, but that's gonna be maybe in a week or two.
Professor,
Yeah.
what is the difference in to use this method? I mean, Ajax with fetch API.
Actually, that's the one we're gonna see later on. The other
Okay.
one is a little bit newer, is more complex. It's better, but it's a little bit more complex. So I'm gonna teach you that a little bit later on. The fetch method is kind of like it has its own try and catch. So
Alright.
any error you can handle it. This one I have to handle it this way with the if status. So we'll see that one. If you want to use that one and you know how to use it, that's fine. But we'll see it in a little bit later on. Right now, I'm not too worried about that part. I'm worried about actually generating the requests.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Professor,
Yeah.
I think actually we don't have an well I don't know. In my case, I have instead of error message, I have also the word message.
That's fine. No problems. It says I haven't. Okay, I put a period here. Okay. So let's see if that works. Do I have a API to get all the calls? Did I do that? Well, I don't know if I did it or not. Let me check. Oh, just at the API. Let me open everything.
I didn't remember how bothering is to erase cache each time.
Is to do what?
Erase cache.
Oh, okay. I believe if you use an incognito mode, you don't need to do that. Okay, yeah, I do have an API of active calls. Let me see what I got here. Oh, it's taking a while. I'll move it here so you can see the. Well, we're about a minute. There we go. I'm gonna send you another link. But here's the list of calls that I have right now, which is just 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 calls. So we should get more at that point. But I'm going to send you another link, okay? And I'm going to erase these calls.
Okay.
Well, hold on. So I should 9:51. I'm getting up.
Try with just the word message.
Yeah, but why am I getting a message? An error message. Let me see what I'm getting. Actually, call add to queue was not status 0, status 2. Remember?
Oh yes.
When it sends it to the queue, it returns a 2. So it's called added to queue. So where's the Json here? So you should have one call there. No? Nah.
Because you don't have it active, you have it on queue.
Oh, okay. I don't have the calls on queue. Yeah, you're right. I didn't create that API. So I'm gonna have to do it like here. But you guys have it, right? So there are the calls. One. Well, the other ones were actually added. Just the status is 1. So again, let's start over. I have no calls. So there's 1. Eventually, there's going to be another one. There's another one. There's 2 more. Really fast. So it is working. Any questions at this point?
No.
We have one more. So you're gonna get a lot of calls. So you need to have a lot of agents active, and you need to have the other API to the other simulator to end the calls. So do you understand what you need to do?
Yeah.
Right now, the first thing I want you guys to do is have like 20 agents logged in. Okay, just logged in, waiting, and then what you're gonna do is do the simulator that ends the call in the manner we discussed. So in this way, you're gonna go through all the active calls, and if the time lapse is less than 1 minute, you're gonna generate a number, a random number, and if it's less than 1, you're gonna end it. If it's if the elapsed time of the call is between 1 minute and 2 minutes, you're gonna generate a number, and if it's less than 2, the 0.2, then you're gonna end it, and so on. Got it?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, well, have fun. I'm gonna do the same thing here, but in silence.
Professor, the simulator for ending calls is going to run and stop at the same time that the
You're gonna what?
the simulator that is going to end calls is
Mhm.
going to start and stop working at the same time of the other one.
Yeah, because again, you're trying to simulate real life, and real life calls come in and calls end at the same time. But you're actually gonna do two little files.
All right. What I mean is that I have two buttons. So
No,
I
no,
have
no, two pages.
all right.
Okay, do it separately.
Okay.
So I'm actually gonna change the name of this one. It's not gonna be called simulator. actually, it's called call generator. No, what did I put? Okay,
The,
simulator is the file. So this call generator, I'm gonna create another one that's called Ender.
Okay. Teacher.
the agents,
And I need to stop this because it's generating a whole bunch of numbers. We're getting a whole bunch of calls. And that's real life. A whole bunch of calls. Okay?
Professor,
Yeah.
the agent simulator, are we gonna do it also in call generator?
The login
Yes. Oh, it's separately too.
for now, I want you to log them in manually. But then later on, you're going to create another JavaScript file to log them in and log them out.
So now it's gonna be manually.
Yeah, just log in like 20 agents and have them handle all these calls.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so get to work. I'm gonna put the same pin for everybody.
Quiero poner una nueva contraseña.
Hmm? They're every one of them is a dumb user has the same pin of 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the default pin provided by the enterprise.
It's an automatic generated pin for everyone, the same one, so they don't forget it. And I have to generate 20 workstations. What is Captain America's name? Rogers? Steve Rogers?
Yes.
Rogers, like this?
Yes.
And Hulk is Bruce Banner. What's Black Widow Romanov?
Natasha Romanoff.
Asha. I knew you guys would know. Okay, so I'm gonna log in my sessions. Remember, this case, I'm sending the agents and the workstation. Is this gonna be fixed? So I'm gonna do this 20 times. Okay, so now I have 20 agents. And I have active calls now. One and so on. So I have very little time to actually do the other part.
How many calls are we going to receive?
We don't know.
Okay.
I just started the simulator, so I need to finish the other part quickly. So good luck. There you guys are.
Professor,
Yeah.
what is the interval of the end call function? 1 minute?
Yeah. And you guys better hurry because we're getting a lot of calls. And none of them are being answered. Ended.
To have more time, we can change the hour to the hour that has the interval.
Nah, no cheating. You can always start over.
Professor,
Yeah.
can you tell me one more time how the probability of ending works? Because I forgot it.
Sure. If the call time, the handle time of the call is between 0 and 1 minute, then you're gonna generate a random number. And if that random number is less than 0.1, then you're gonna end the call. So this basically gives you a 10%. And they're piling up. What is wrong with you? See you later. Ah, I put an S where I shouldn't.
cuidarnos en el Zócalo, porque eso es una cultura global, un idioma global, poesía global, obras de arte. Pues propiamente como una fiesta de masa, la gente escucha la masa es
Okay, so I'm gonna start over with the calls. But right now, sessions. Sessions are fine. I had already received 108 calls, 164 calls, answered 108 of them, ended 81 of them. So we're doing good. So I'm going to start. Okay, so right now everything's empty. So let's start receiving calls and let's start ending them. This takes a minute to start. So I'm gonna give it a little chance to this for this one.
Professor,
Yeah.
do you know anything new about the projects?
Not yet. But right now we have received 2 calls. They should be answered.
Professor,
I think I left every session on call. Yeah, status is 2, so it has to be 1, right?
Professor, may I see the Excel one more time?
Hold on.
Please.
Hold on. Let me just start things here. Let me just start, and then I'll show you that part. Okay, there you go again. This is 0.95.
Thanks.
Okay, we have 6 calls at the moment. All have been answered by these sessions. I have received 6, have answered 6, haven't ended 1. So this is going to tell me that, for instance, it ended the call for session 51. Let's see if that's correct. So there was a call for session 51 that ended, and it took 16 seconds, so kind of like ended really quickly. Okay, so session 51 should already have another call. Well, not yet, because we need to finish the, get at least 21 calls. Session 51 should be at the end of the line. So right now, we don't have the 20 calls yet. We have 13 calls. So, and right now we ended the session, calls for session 56, 54, 53, and 44. So 56, 54, 53, and 44, and so on. So it seems to be working. I might need to give it a little more time. Change the curve a little bit because it's ending calls very quickly. But we'll see how it works. So basically, I'm going to leave this running, and it should just keep sending calls and keep ending calls. And I'm going to see how it behaves during an hour or two. And if it works fine, then it's good. If the handle time is very low, then I'm going to change the values in the ranges. Okay. So again, we're testing our model to see if it works, if it behaves like real time, like it should in real life. If it doesn't, then we'll modify it. Once it behaves like real time, like real life, then we'll be good. Then we'll start working on the session starter. Right now we have 20 agents active. So we should be good. So here are our calls. We haven't ended a lot of them, which is good because they haven't taken too long. I think we jumped to the 9 a.m. hour. So we received 5 calls, answered 5 of them, 2 have ended. The average handle time is very low, so I might have to change a couple of things here. And there's not going to be any wait time. Calls are coming in faster than they're being answered. So this has to be somewhere around 7 minutes. So again, if it stays at 2-3 minutes, I have to change my values. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions?
Nope.
It's still around 206. So I might have to change the these values and say maybe 0.05 and 0.1 and things like that. Okay. 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, and so on. 0.8, 0.85, 5. Something like this. I might need to play with them a little bit to make sure that these values are normal. How many calls do we have now? Answer received 15 calls. I have all of these calls. Actually, we do have 2 that are waiting. We're receiving more calls than we can handle. But we'll see. I'm gonna check how it works, and then another one ended there, so we should have more here. Okay, 244 is a little bit higher. Wait time 4 seconds. That's average. So I'm gonna let it run for a couple of hours and see how it works. Okay. Questions?
No.
No.
Okay, so work on this and work on the session starter. Again, try to figure out how to log in and log out agents depending on their shift. Okay?
Depending on their what?
Shift. Their shift. They work from 0 to 8 a.m. or from 6 to 12, or that's a shift.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions?
No.
Not yet.
Sure. Because then afterwards you keep asking me questions during the whole day. Okay, well, finish that part. And actually, what I want you guys to do is create a page where I can see the calls on queue, the active calls, and in the active calls. So every several seconds is going to update that page, and the calls on queue are going to change, and active calls are going to change, and show me also the totals, the call totals. So we're going to start working on instead of me going to MySQL Workbench, I want to see this in a nice page. Okay. So calls on queue, a list of calls on queue, a list of active calls, a list of active sessions if you want, and the totals. But something nice.
Okay.
Got it?
In the list, you only want to see the phone number, or
And the calls on queue?
well, in the calls active?
Active calls. Now I want to see most of the information. At what time was it received? Or what time was it answered? What's the handle time right now? Who's the agent that's handling the call and all of that?
All right.
Place the oldest calls at the top.
And the calls on queue, only the cell phone number and
The time it was received.
Okay.
Also, just to make it more interesting, show me a little icon, a warning or an error or red when a call has been waiting more than 5 minutes, and when a call has been going on for more than 7 minutes.
All right.
Okay. Again, the calls on queue, show me the one with the longest wait time at the top, and if it's over 5 minutes, show it red. So we get a visual cue. Hey, this call has been waiting a long time. What's happening? And also the active calls, show me the longest call at the top, not the first call, the one that has been going on the longest, which actually is the first. Okay, the one that's been going on the longest, if it has been going on for more than 7 minutes, show me a little icon or a little warning that call is taking too long. Understood?
So on queue is 5 minutes and active is 7 minutes?
Yes. I'm going to draw a little sketch for you and put it in Slack in a little bit later on today.
That would be perfect.
But you do understand what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah, like a management dashboard or something.
Yeah, something like for the supervisor. If a call's been going on for like 20 minutes, I might want to go to the agent and ask him, hey, what's going on? Do you need any help? You've been on this call for too long. And if we have a lot of calls on the queue, and there are the wait time is really long, maybe I need to log in on other agents or ask some agents to stay a little bit longer or something like that. So it's for like the supervisor. Okay?
Yes.
Cool. Well, have fun. How are you doing over here? That's a little bit better, 357. Wait time is very good. So we received 39 calls, answered 31 of them, ended 18, and right now our wait time, our handle time is 357, still very low. That's good. But I might have to move a little some of the values. But again, I'm going to let it run for the entire day, and maybe I'll show you Monday how it looks. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll give you the check Slack. I'll give you the mock-up that I want.
Right.
And next week we need to do evaluations. So I need to do all the call center dashboard and all of that has to be finished with all of this. And we need to talk about your project.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of work to do. But it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, too much.
I like it.
I like it too.
Johar, what do you think? Fun?
Johar is doing the homework. I can.
Okay. Well, I'll see you guys Monday, but I'll send you the mock-up a little bit later on today.
This is interesting.
Well, this is when you apply what you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only, oh, let me learn how to do this function. No, this is when you apply what you know and you start thinking. Okay. See you Monday.
See you.
Professor.